thing is like with me, we already know. I see you, we already know we're going to kind of alter the story and kind of see what we can do to kind of tweak information.
Yeah.
So, and if there's ever anything when they're filling out the paperwork that you're questionable, for the most part, we kind of harass you at the front desk. You left this blank, you left this blank. You just be like, oh, well, I want to wait until I talk to the nurse. And that's fine.
Okay.
Because then you just say, I don't understand.
Yeah.
She's a nurse practitioner. She's a very good woman clinically.
Yeah.
Between the three of us, because we're already cool.
Yeah.
We hate her. But that's why you come and you ask for me only.
Okay.
Corinne is my right hand. She's the one that was at the desk that you spoke to with the dark hair. You know,
Okay.
you know, but if I'm not available, you just say, hey, listen, I know Amy, you know, just have her give me a call back. You know, she's,
Corinne seemed cool. She seemed cool.
She's my partner in crime, and we try to do the best that we can.
Partner in crime. Those were her words, not mine. Well, joining us now, is Steve Wagner. He's the president of Renewal Forum, and he is here to give us kind of the legal rundown on what's been happening. He served as the director of the Human Trafficking Program at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services from 2003 to 2006. His focus now on the Renewal Forum is studying the phenomena of human trafficking, particularly that of juveniles. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Tony, and thanks to you and Lila for shining a spotlight on what is really a crisis in America today. We have an epidemic of juvenile sexual exploitation going on. You heard the figure, it's we use a figure, 250,000 kids a year are drawn into situations of commercial sex exploitation, prostitution, from which they cannot escape, and these are the victims of human trafficking in America today. We passed an anti-trafficking law 10 years ago, and as a result, many people have heard of human trafficking. What they probably don't know is that the vast majority of victims aren't people from other countries. They're our own kids. And as you pointed out, any child under the age of 18 who engages in commercial sex is a victim of trafficking. Period.
Now, you've seen some of the video that we played tonight. There's still more to come, so don't go away. We have more video coming. Is this illegal?
It looks to me like what they're doing is facilitating human trafficking. There are three things that were disturbing to me in the video, particularly. One, there's no effort to rescue the kids. Agencies that are healthcare providers have an obligation to report abuse. Well, you know, how can you not consider prostitution of a kid to be anything other than abuse? They have an obligation to report the abuse to state authorities. They have a moral obligation to try and help the kid escape by calling the police. Two, they are facilitating the act of trafficking. Who benefits from the victim getting an abortion? There's no possibility of informed consent. These kids are in situations of slavery. They can't say, yeah, I consent to getting an abortion. The person who benefits from the kid getting an abortion is the trafficker, for reasons you've heard. Puts them back out on the street, making money. This is a tremendously lucrative criminal enterprise. And the third thing that's disturbing is the whole confusion about prostitution overall. Many of the people who think that there's an inherent right for a woman to suffer the trauma of abortion also think it's perfectly legitimate to earn a living through prostitution. They don't understand the reality of what this is. This is an unrelenting, dignity-crushing, personality-destroying series of rapes. That's what we are subjecting these kids to, and the fact that this is tolerable to anyone, particularly a healthcare provider, is just unconscionable.
Steve, can you comment on, and as we've done this trafficking project to investigate Planned Parenthood's willingness to aid and abet human trafficking, what we come against again and again is this, it's widespread, it's institutional, we come against this kind of attitude at Planned Parenthood across the board that sexual abuse or young minors having sex with people twice their age or having sex on the streets is not a big deal. Can you comment on that kind of pervasive attitude?
Yeah, it's the pretty woman syndrome. It's the idea that Julia Roberts is standing on a street and Richard Gere pulls up in a Maserati. This is a fantasy. You have to talk to a survivor of prostitution, and I've had the honor of working with several who are now in ministry trying to reach a hand back and rescue people from the streets. It is just, these kids are being subjected to a constant trauma, and when they come out, they are in deep trouble. They need a lot of help to restore their life, to rebuild their lives so that they can function. in our society. There's nothing pretty about what they go through on a daily basis, and I fail to understand how anyone can tolerate this.
Same here. I can't understand it either. It's overwhelming.
Well, Steve, thank you so much for joining us and for dedicating your life and your ministry to helping Americans and people understand what's going on here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your advocacy.